Right here, I got some stuff that's ready to bottle up. It's blueberry lilac wine that I made. That's also where the special stuff that I transferred to that little jug came from earlier. And this is ready to get bottled up. So I'm going to put in here, this is what they call an auto siphon. You can pick them up at any home brew or home winemaking place. And just start pumping, and there we go. Set that on the floor. So we're just gonna siphon all this off, fill her up here, grab some wine bottles, and start filling. We transferred all of our blueberry lilac wine into our bottling bucket. If you look in the bottom here, you see those cubes? Those are actually French oak cubes. And I got the idea to throw some in, and I'm going to hold on to them because my buddies out in California, Tim over at Greenleaf Barbecue and Jim over at Jimmy James Barbecue, they love wine-infused oak. So I'm actually going to reuse these for smoking some meat later on. But right now, this is cooked up for long enough, so we need to transfer it over to a fermenting bucket. And main difference between a fermenting bucket and bottling bucket, there's no spigot. So now the trick is I have to get this all from there to in here. And first we're going to start by pulling up our bag here. And then we're just going to take this and pour it right into our bucket and hope we don't make a big mess. Oh, the smell coming off of this stuff is amazing. Alright, that's a good amount of liquid off of there, so now we can probably pull the bag. We gotta do this quick because you don't want to make a mess on the floor. Straight up and over. There we go. Leave the top of the bag out and just pour the rest of the liquid in there. Okay, now he's going to have to sit for a couple of days before I can really evaluate all the sugars that are in there. But for now, I'm going to bring it up to the levels it needs to be at by adding some more juice. Alright, that's pretty good there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some stuff here. It's called pectic enzyme. And this is 1/2 teaspoon for about, every gallon. Now, pectic enzyme helps break up pectin. So instead of ending up with a bucket full of jelly here, we end up with a bucket full of what's called must, which is how wine starts off. Dump that in, that's pretty good. It's only 4, but I think that should do it. Alright, so now we got this stirred around so we get the pectic enzyme floating around in there. This stuff smells just awesome. It's like every wild berry pie you've ever had just rolled up into one. Alright, I'm going to put a knot in the bag because what I'm going to do over the next couple of days is I'm going to squeeze this bag to try to get all the juices and sugars out of these fruits in here. And I don't want any of the skins or seeds or rinds escaping. So we're going to put that on there. Just put it on top. I might have to fish around for it tomorrow, but oh well. In the meantime, take a lid, place it over the top so nothing can get in. Then we're going to grab an airlock. Put that there. Slide her in. Alright, now basically basically going to take this, you're going to set it off to the side for a couple of days, and then I'll throw in my sugar if I need to and pitch my yeast. Then we'll set her off and let her ferment for a couple of months. 3 gallons worth, which is enough for 15 bottles of wine. And the simple thing to do, you just grab a bottle, make sure they're all sanitized and clean. I like to use the dishwasher because the heat kills everything. Put it up and just fill her up. Alright, so we're just going to fill up 3 here. There we go. Make sure it's going to splash out. Then, take these over here. Grab our corker. I like to sanitize my corks before I put them in, just in case. I already sanitized this. Now this is a compression 2-hand cork, or corker. What happens is when you squeeze it, your corks get smaller. Now, you need to exert a little force to do it. Once they're smaller, and it's always the first couple that scare the heck out of me. But you line it up, and then slam your cork in, just like that. Nice and even across the top. And that's good to go down in the cellar. Store for 6 months. It'll be good to drink after that. So, I'm just going to go ahead and finish corking all these up. And we'll see you in a little bit. Our berry wine that we made up has been sitting in this bucket now for a good 3 days, and it's gotten to the point where we're ready to add more sugar and also pitch our yeast into it. Also, I've got a carboy full of some hard iced tea that I made up here, and I'm going to just go ahead and bottle this up too so you can see about carbonating and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and get started on this. We're just going to pull the lid off. And you got to be careful because it might splash.
Oh, wait.
This is where it starts to get a little bit messy. I actually pulled up the rug here so I don't get any of this on it. So we're going to take this and we're going to take a spoon and wrap it. Then we're going to spin the spoon down. And now we start spinning the bag. And as we spin the bag, it's going to compress all the berries in the bag. And it's going to cause it to squeeze out all of their juices. And that's really what we're looking at getting here. Now I'm going to take a bowl. Set the bag in a bowl for now, and actually it'll continue to drain out in this bowl, and whatever drains out I'll throw back in there. Now, I'm not sure what the sugar content is going to be with this, so I'm going to use what they call a hydrometer, and it's going to tell me what the sugars are. So just stick that in there, and let's see, right now it's at about 1.04, and that would yield me a little over 5% alcohol right now. So I'm actually going to add some more sugar to this. Now there's going to be about 5 gallons in here since I took the bag out, and I'm just going to take a 4-pound bag of sugar and dump the whole thing in here.
Daddy,
Yes.
can I help you dump it?
Okay. We're just going to dump it in. Hey, watch your hair. Don't get your hair in there.